Is Shardbound your atypical CCG game with a twist? Or is there something more to it? Welcome to the G3, I'm Nerolite and this is our first impressions of Shardbound.
Alright, pause the video. Shardbound is still in early access at the moment. It's in the alpha stages, just released out on Steam. So we're going to be looking at what content is currently available and what they're planning to do in the future.
Taco Face 1A. I just have to do it again. That was so fun.
From the outset, it's easy to see the influences that are in Shardbound. If you're familiar with games like Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone, then this is going to be really familiar ground. It goes towards a more tactical side, looking more like games like Duelist or the Banner Saga, where you can actually have tactical positioning for each of your units. And this brings a level of depth that you don't get in most CCG games and gives you the opportunity to be able to become more strategically aware of the game and the combat that you're involved in. You can play with your opponents, and if you can understand how to move your characters or your heroes around to utilize the space that's available, you can set traps and you can control a battlefield and you can really push things in your favor. And it is an amazingly fun experience that Spirit Walk has developed, and they've developed it so well for a game that is still in its very early stages. And while there are a bevy of missing content and placeholder graphics, what Spirit Walk brings to it is a really solid, reliable, and fun and engaging PvP combat system. The charming unit or tile. That's kind of brutal, isn't it? So it's very, very similar to the way that Magic the Gathering plays. The difference being the strategic side of it, being able to shift around where your heroes and everything are. Oh, epics! Get them epics! Shardbound is a game about beating your opponents into the dust, and man does it do a good job of it. My first games when I started playing were absolute nail biters. I had so much fun with them. They came right down to the wire and they immediately hooked me on the concept of what Spirit Walk is trying to create here. And not only did I get hooked on it, I immediately went out and got additional crates so that I could build a deck that was more to my style and my liking. And now I'm using one that, while it's not exactly what I like, it gives me the opportunity to really play with the battlefield, and I can draw opponents in to an area of the battlefield where I can launch an ambush and really take control of the situation and the combat. That alone makes it worthwhile to play this game, and the inclusion of features like Twitch integration, allowing streamers and viewers to be able to participate in the same shardfalls and play against each other, really brings a new layer to this game. And while the game doesn't break any new ground in gameplay, it does bring to the table some inspired uses of the Twitch integration and combination of CCG and tactical grid-based gameplay. So maybe you'd think that was enough, and it certainly seems to be enough for Spirit Walk, at least for this early release stage. But According to their Kickstarter page, there's so much more in the works. There's additional rewards, tournaments, rank matches, and an episodic campaign, not to mention their ambitious stance on Twitch integration. Shardbound is a simple mix of tactical turn-based combat with an addictive card collection system, all wrapped up and delivered to a platform that hungers for a way to interact with its viewers. It's not breaking any molds, but what it is doing is taking the next step in the evolution of mass-streamed gaming content. So, early access aside, I think Shardbound is going to be a great game with a bright future. But if you haven't picked it up yet, jump over to Steam and check it out. It is well worth your time.